All right, let's finish this thing up. Let's do the brake band. Brake hand assembly. Just gonna pry out the band itself here. Make things a little easier to work with. All right, first things first, let's get this flat spring in place here. There we go. Grab the brake handle, the bell crank, line the holes there. Now, before we do that, let's get this E-clip off. Try not to let it go flying here. There we go. Back to the handle. This hook needs to be up in this position. Got the bell crank here. We're gonna line it up there. Line that up like so. Put this down for a little bit and remove the screw for the other side of the handle on the housing. Put this back. Okay. Now I'm gonna line the other side of the handle on the housing. We'll make things a little easier now. You can see everything's fit down the boss here on the handle and the bell crank on the pin there. Okay. And verifying that the bottom of the boss here is positioned up against that flat spring. I'm going to grab this strap here. I'm going to position the large end with that, I'll call it a keyhole. It goes on the boss here. And then you're going to slide it forward. And it's actually not quite forward enough right now. There's a bit of a slot there that it needs to fit in. Make sure it's clean. If it doesn't fit into that slot, it'll be hard getting it over that other pin. There we go. Find our little E-clip. There we go. Oh, yeah. If you know these saws, you know I did something wrong. Let's take that E-clip off again. Yeah, we did something wrong here. Missing a part. Okay, E-clip back off. Get our strap off. We're missing that little washer right there. That's important. Help it move correctly. All right, E-clip. Back on. Let's see, while I'm thinking of it, we'll go ahead and put this screw on the other side of the housing to secure the handle. Don't crank on that very hard. It's only supposed to be torqued to around 1.5 to 2. 2 is actually too much Newton meters. You can strip that. It's all plastic. Okay. Let's see here. That's got to get hooked in there. Now we got to get this over there. And there's a special tool for that. Right here. It makes that job a whole lot easier. I don't know if you even saw that, but anyway, this little tool will hook into that stem, enabling you to slide it over really easily. See how nice and easy that works? But if you also notice, I probably did something else in the wrong order. I should have already put band on. So we're going to use this tool again to get this spring off. See why it's nice to have that tool? Makes life so much easier. So we're going to get our brake band into, I guess for now I'm going to take that spring back off. It's in the way. We're going to position our brake band where it's nice and happy, where it's designed to be. Make sure it's seated all the way. Now, unlike other Stihl brake bands, there's no retaining screw or anything. It just snaps into place. Okay, now we'll go through this again. See that notch? It goes like this, so it fits over that pin. So I'll just lock into it, press down from above, pry over, and there you go. Couldn't be easier. Okay. This too, unlike most other Stihl brake band cover plates, also doesn't have a screw. Hopefully it snaps into place here. Just like that. I just had to give it a little persuasion. I don't really like that design. I'd rather it be screwed into place, but you know, I guess it works. Okay, there we go. Everything functions. So that's how you get the brake handle and brake band assembly installed. I guess I'm gonna time for a test run here in a little bit. I'll have to pop the air filter on there. But that's all there is to it. We'll put the air filter on, torque down the spark plug, bar it up, and test fire it. So I guess the test fire will probably be the next video. Bowman out.